It has happened to me 2 or 3 times. I went for an event. Before the event, we're just hanging around waiting. The event was 1 hour late. I was just waiting. We're just waiting for the event. Then there was a guy that just came up to me, they served tea, and I wasn't too much interested in it, but I was just hanging around. He was trying to talk. He was trying to talk to me. He was trying to talk to me, but I was not too forthcoming. I wasn't rude or anything, but I wasn't just too forthcoming in the discussion. I was just waiting for the event to start. And when the event started, I realized that this guy was one of the speakers. He was very simple, but by the time they read his profile, I knew it was a mistake. Inside of me, I started regretting that if only I had maximized that opportunity at that time. I regretted it. I think the event was in Presidential Hotel, and the guy was going back to Lagos or Abuja, I can't remember, immediately after. So there was no time. And when the event ended, there were over 200 people that wanted to take his card. 200 people that needed his email. 200 people that were asking questions. But I was with this guy for 30 minutes. I was with this guy, we were gisting. I should have asked him who he was. That was one opportunity that slipped by, and I said, never again. Never again. What is the definition of opportunity? It's an appropriate or favorable time or occasion for anything that you want. It's the appropriate time and favorable is the appropriate or favorable time or occasion. It's also a situation or condition for attaining your goal. It's a situation, just like I have. It's a circumstance that just comes your way. A condition that you might find yourself, a condition that you can find yourself favorable for you to attain a goal. A guy was just telling me that he wanted to go and see an ENT doctor. He asked me that I complained about an ENT doctor that doesn't come early to the hospital I was going to. He said, and he needed to go to that ENT, that he doesn't know whether he has that time. But he realized that he was having pain, the issue was severe and all that. But it was a condition that kept coming and going, and he couldn't understand why it was coming and going. So I think he just decided, let me just go and see the doctor. And so he went as usual. The doctor came very late. But he came like 2 hours early, not knowing, I think he misunderstood when I told him go there by 5 or go there by 6. He went there by 4. So he had 2 hours or so to wait. And as he was waiting, a lady came, a guy came, and they just started talking. And as they started talking, the more they started talking, they realized they were in the same industry, and he was now saying what he was doing, and long story short, what he was doing was what the guy was looking for. He actually came down to Port Harcourt to have a discussion with someone. This is someone that he has retired, he has moved back to Europe, but he came to Port Harcourt because he was living here. He still has a house here, to look for someone that was going to help him come to you and do something. And this guy that was what he does. So you see that your condition can also be an opportunity for you. So that is how a condition, a situation can prepare you for your advancement. Another definition is opportunity is a good position, is a chance, or is a prospect for advancing your cause. I have seen in life that most opportunities, when they come, they are obscure and insignificant. They come in an obscure and insignificant packages. If they don't come that way, they come with problems. They come with challenges. Most of our advancement will come through challenges. It will come to stretch you. It will come to lift you up. It will come to push you as farther than you have ever gone in your own life. A guy told me he wanted to do masters, then he was actually applying for a job, I don't know whether it was US or Canada, and so he said that he was going to do a master's program, and he feels that this master's program was going to help him in the course of getting that job and relocating. In the middle of the course, those people now answered him after 6 months of not answering him and told him, does he have this course? Has he done this course? This course? I think he's in his own line of engineering. And the guy just said, when they asked him, he said, look, that he's on the verge of doing that course. And they said, okay, when he finishes, you should let them know so that they can make a way for him to come down to, I think it was Canada or Australia, I can't remember. So now he found himself doing 2 master's degrees in engineering. He found himself doing 2 masters. He was in the middle, he had to start one so that he can complete it. So he called me 2 weeks ago and said, I have finished. So you can imagine doing 2 masters. Some people do it. You know, some people like degree. Some people like degree. They can be doing medicine. From medicine, they are doing law. From law, they are doing it. There are people that just like those degrees. They want to pack it on a shelf and say that I have attained all this degree. For whatever it makes them, however it makes them feel. So you can see that an opportunity has come. This guy is going to have 2 master's degree and he's going to do his PhD. And he said to me, he wanted to do that course that they asked him whether he should do, whether he has done it or intends to do that course. So, but he has started a course, he has to finish. So he had to start another. See, challenges come. Challenges, now you can become sick. You know, when they tell you to pray and you don't feel like praying, it's because you have not had issues. You've not seen issues that will make you sit and sleep. You know, when they tell someone, I tell young people, I say, look, child, be going for vigil. They say, look, how can you say you're a soldier for Christ? You don't know how to do vigil. They say, Pastor, leave that thing. They say, does he take all that? It's okay, does it take all that? I remember in Lagos, 2 things happened. In Lagos, my cousin's house was close to our church. So when we do fasting, if I close early, I will go to my cousin's house waiting for the time so that I can cross over to her place. So she had this house help and the house help was like, you see, oh, this you post fasting because then we were in dry fast. A dry fast, only water, and we do it for 7 days. And it was like, oh, does it take all this for God to answer you? I said, it's not about answering me, it's about disciplining myself and my body. It's a way to take authority over my flesh and take authority over my desires. Fasting in itself has never given you anything. Fasting in itself has never answered your prayers, but it will make you light for you to hear what God is saying. Because the essence of fasting is for you to be in tune and connected to God. So when He prays, He will answer, you will hear. Not that fasting in itself, God will look at you and say, child, before this guy died here, let me give him something. It doesn't work like that. So she said to me, it doesn't take all that. Then my cousin's friend was a guy about town, always drinking and moving. You know, he too came and said to me, it doesn't take all these things for you to, it doesn't take all these things for God to answer. I said, yes, you should just leave it. I'm just training myself. After all, this is my time. Is it at 60 years I will be fasting the way I'm fasting at 20 something? That it was okay, we talked about it. A few years down the line, I saw my cousin was, my younger cousin was crying and I said, what's the problem? He said that this same house girl had issue, that they are going for prayers. I said, going for prayers? He said, yes. Eventually she died. Then when I got married, when I was about getting married, my mother-in-law was a deliverance minister, children's deliverance minister in Mountain of Fire. I'm sure some of you will. If you don't pray, she can't give you her daughter. So just think about, we used to go to Prayer City. Prayer City in Lagos, that's on the outskirts, Prayer City. Is it not one of those days we go for Prayer City? I saw this, my uncle's, my auntie's friend. If you see the way, I know the way they pray. Because you people are on camera, if not, I would have demonstrated it well. You know how they pray. This guy was praying. God, faith for healing is also from God. So the thing is, whichever way is an opportunity. Whoever has prayed for someone and that person is healed is because that person has started with himself. That person has started with someone that God taught. I think there's a man of God one of these old preachers, it was when his child was sick that he had to develop how to pray effectively for healing. I taught personal finances here for a few months. Why? Because that was my own answer, God's answer to my prayers on financial breakthrough. So God can answer you in such a way. And today I am blessed that God did not answer me by asking somebody to donate 1 billion into Marketplace Apostle. Asking someone to donate 500 million into Marketplace Apostle. Do you know what would have happened? I would have abused that money. I would have gone on an escapade, doing those things that I want to do, which I am still going to do, but I don't know how to now sustain money and to keep multiplying money. So no matter what I am going to do in future, it's because there is money somewhere multiplying for me, giving me that excess for me to be able to do what I want to do. So I now understand. So it means that lack now is an opportunity for you to understand personal finance. Are you understanding opportunity? What I'm saying? So when you see anything in your life, it's an opportunity that God is giving you to upgrade. It's an opportunity that God is giving you to look elsewhere. Opportunities unfortunately comes with problems, and some of them come in an insignificant way. They never come announced. Like I said, I saw a man who is now, I think the guy is an executive director in NMPC. That was the man that just came, and at that time when I met him, he was GM of one. You know, there are some positions in the oil company. Once they put you, you can say that this one is the crown prince to take over. That's how they always do in oil companies. There are some sensitive positions for people that will get to the top. So you can imagine missing that opportunity because it seems so insignificant. The man was not wearing Gucci suit and looking very, very flamboyant. So I missed it. So for you to be able to get to maximize opportunities, you must have keen eyes. Keen eyes to look and spot out those things that others don't normally look at. So they say there's a problem right now. They say there's a problem right now. Like I met I think this guy used to be my gate man before. And while he was there, they used NEPA is just they have a meter in front of my house, so they used to come, and every time they come, he goes there to help them sort out, carry one thing or the other. So, but he left and he started doing other things. But from time to time, he comes around. So now there was a NEPA issue, and when this NEPA issue came, he was on ground because he used to do it. All the landlords came out, they didn't know who to call. The guy said, I know who to call. And the NEPA people came and said, look, we need to donate, we need to give so and so amount, let everybody be taxed, and that thing will be. So this guy now, knowing what the fault was, knowing these people, was now able to coordinate it, collected money from people who don't have time, and I think the guy made, within 2 hours, was able to make like 60,000 naira for himself. So he came to me, I was asking, so how much did you make from here? So he said this was what he made. Just having that opportunity to see when people are saying, we don't know what to do, let's go and start talking about transformer, let's start. Out of every problem, somebody is profiting. Do you know that if there's war today, some people are happy that people are killing themselves? You know why? They're the ones supplying the ammunition. They're the ones supplying the weapon. Somebody must eat out of every trouble. So what are you seeing from that challenge that you have? What are you seeing from what is happening around you? What are you seeing when a new person comes into your space? What do you do when you have a new neighbor that just comes in? Are you going to go and meet the neighbor? Some people have neighbors, they don't talk to themselves apart from good morning, good morning. What will you do? Do you know that in meeting that person and taking time to find out who this person is can be a way out of your own challenge that you are having there? But let me just sound a note of warning. You don't go to people to market. You don't go to people to find out what you can get from them. Even if it's at the back of your mind, you go to network. Don't go somewhere you don't know anybody and you start marketing the product. Or start marketing. People don't like that. You connect to people on a human to human basis. Connect to them first as a neighbor. Know them first. Be there for them if they have one issue or the other. Even though you are sensing this man might be something, hold yourself. A day will come, two of you will gradually tell each other what you are doing. And at that point, you have opportunity to say, remember me in your paradise. But let it not be that you are going to meet somebody because of what you can get. It's written all over you. And most people who want to have anything to do with it. Okay, so how do you develop keen eyes? How do you begin to maximize these opportunities? Let me give us a couple of steps until my time is up. One is continuous education and learning. Our brains are like muscles. The more you use them, the more they become stronger, and the more you strengthen them, and they will produce more when you use them. That is what education does for you. And education that I mean is about learning something every day. It must be learning something every day. Just like sports. The more you do something, the better you become. The same with the brain. See, an intelligent person can become redundant because they are not using their brains. I know someone that the husband had to go and drive Kabu for a while. He was driving Kabu looking for work, and he was okay. This was a first class material. And he now decided that just driving around, not belonging somewhere was not profitable. So he decided to go into a park, register with them at the park, and so that he can have more customers. He went in there, educated, helped them to set up things. But after a while, this man started talking like that. After a while, there was no difference between him. The man was taking some series of examinations, preparing. After 1 year of moving into the park, not doing freelancing, when he did that exam, they said his IQ was not more than that of a 10-year-old. This is a man that came out with first class in engineering in his time. Why? Because his muscles, the muscles of his brain have become weak. They've become weak and they become dormant. Don't you realize that anywhere, anything you are good at is because you spend time learning that thing. Anything you spend time learning, you are good at it. Anything you do not spend time in learning, you are very bad at it. Because your muscle, the part of your muscle that is responsible for giving you that, is dead. So you must learn something with your brain. The more you learn, the more capacity you have to learn, the more you know. And the more you know, the more you are able to practice and do whatever you have gathered. You enlarge the knowledge base that you have, then now you can accommodate more information. And that information is what you need to maximize opportunity. And exploit the opportunity. See, if there are some things you don't know, if you don't know them, if you see them, you will not recognize them as opportunity.
Yes.
That's why education is the first thing that you need. Knowledge is the first thing that you need to maximize your opportunities. There's some basic things that just knowing them will prepare you. Even when you go somewhere and people are talking about things and you have no clue that you know what they are talking about, but at that particular time you will miss opportunity. You will miss an opportunity because you don't know it. When you increase your knowledge base, what happens is that you are increasing your value and your area of specialization. And you're also increasing yourself, your expertise. You become an expert in that field. Anybody, I've told you guys about the 10,000 hours rule. Anything you spend 10,000 hours doing, you become an expert in. Anything you spend 10,000 hours. By the time you spend 10,000 hours on that thing, from calculation, usually takes like 10 years, you become an expert in that thing. So, in order to be able to maximize opportunity, you have to attend seminars, conferences, forums, places like this to hear one thing or the other. Spend nothing less than minimum of 1 hour to 2 hours every day, either physically or online. Read something that has to do with your area of specialization. Before you start hitting Instagram, Facebook, and all those things, I don't say don't check them. There you can get some information. But 2 hours every day, internet is work. It is what? Internet is a tool. Is a tool. Just like your computer, just like your phone, just like your iPad, it is a tool. You must go in there and Google something. Go in there and just read. Go in there and just read. The Bible that I use, there's a Bible software I've used, I can't remember the name. It has topics. Most of them have topics. They have topics. Now, what I do is that I select topic in my area. My area is three areas: business, career, leadership. So what is God saying about the career person? It's there. They've already done research. So I have series of those things. I just look at the series. I just read one every day. Some I just gloss over. Okay, this is what it's saying. Because I kind of have an idea of what they are saying. But you are feeding yourself. When I am speaking, those things are popping up. And these are the things. See, you cannot. It's just like you want God to answer you. 90% or 95% of the time, God answers you through His word. So if you don't know His word, how would the Holy Spirit move? The Holy Spirit moves through His word. So how would the Holy Spirit locate you if you don't have those scriptures? Well, Holy Spirit is wonderful. Do you know Holy Spirit can give you one topic? It can just give you a word. That's why I believe that this Google, there's no way, if God did not, it was God that put it in the heart of those people. Because you know a scripture now. Will give me a scripture now. What is a popular one? You can't remember all, but you say, maybe you say, and so God loved the world. You can just say God loved the world. Google it, God loved the world. You know what will happen? You will see the scripture. So you don't even need the whole scripture. It comes out. Oh, so now we have all the tools that we need. So God, just through Google, you just have exactly what you need. 2 hours, you must be going through what you need. There's a scripture. Every time I am not stuck, I think about the scripture. What I do is that in order to help me, because sometimes you need something to help you jumpstart your thinking. I can just take that scripture, put it on the internet. People have preached about it. There's nothing in scripture nobody has. People have preached about it. People have written. As you are reading through those things, the light will just go off on your head. You realize that, wow, this is what I have been looking for. That is information. And now if you're motivational or you're a speaker like me, what it does is that by the time you add up all those things with the revelation God has given to you, you look as if you are doing one thing that nobody has done before. Do you understand? This is the only way you can be on top. 2 hours you must Google your field, attend seminars, forum, and all these things. They help. You get materials. Utilize idle time and travel time. If you are doing nothing, you want to rest. Play something. You see this mind. This mind. Anytime any human being is idle, it's bad thing that will enter into your mind. Because The saying goes that the idle mind is the devil's workshop. I have not seen anybody, be bishop or pope, just lie down. It's a bad thought that will come into your mind first. So people don't know how to push it out. So what do? You must be feeding your subconscious mind. How can you be in traffic in Lagos? If I'm going to Lagos and I'm going to be in traffic, I pack all the CDs. Remember Kunde showing us Treasure Trove? I packed it one time. I listened to it in traffic. I listened to it in traffic. Don't keep your mind idle. Even if you want to, you don't want to read and you don't want to do anything, play a song. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it issues of life. It is from that heart something, and every day will come and fan it. It keeps fanning it until one day you begin to do those things. That's how sin comes. That's how people derail. It just keeps fanning it. There is no, my greatest tool is my mind. My power is my mind. I don't play with my mind. Sometimes it takes me 2 hours to purge my mind. If the way you get me is in my mind. So I protect my mind as if I protect. You see someone that bought, just name it, the car that you like. You know, some people will take their mattress and go and sleep outside with the car of their dream. My mind is my greatest asset. I don't play with it. Has it happened to you that you wake up in the morning now, you want to pray, and when you lift your hand to pray, it's Davido that is coming out from your mouth? Because that is the music that you heard last. See, let me tell you, by design, the devil will want to gum or stick anything that you last heard from the world. That is what is going to be in your mind. And that disturbs you. Idle time, rest time, you have to utilize it in one way or the other. Put one motivational speaker, let him be speaking. I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep for the past between 3 and 5 years. I cannot sleep without the Bible reading. Cannot. If I spend data, it's on. And those people are wicked. How can they allow put Bible but you need data to play it? I cannot sleep without the Bible. I cannot. It's not possible. I cannot. There's no way I can dream funny dreams. There's no way, because the dream that I'm dreaming is the important dream. There's no way. Idle time. I was lying down on my couch here, let me just stretch. You cannot imagine the thoughts that came into the man of God. I jumped up, I went to go and put Bible. Let it just be played. The Bible was wasting my time. I put on gospel. See, you have to guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it proceed. See, you cannot be effective if you are not able to clear your mind. A young man came to me, he says that his thoughts are always breaking. He cannot concentrate on anything. His concentration span is small. And I don't know where I'm going to this. It's supposed to be a business, but I think he needs to get out. Because the Holy Spirit ministered a lot with to some things that even me was shocking to me. Be careful what you do with your mind. The guy says that he will think of something. To read a book is a problem. To concentrate for more than 5 minutes is a problem. And this guy, but when you are talking to him one-on-one, you'll be surprised the things that he's saying. But let him just sit down. He cannot. He said, Pastor, I need help. I don't know why I cannot concentrate. Problem. We talked the first day. I prayed with him. Didn't even think I was going to see him again. He came back, said he wanted to see me. As he just sat down, the Holy Spirit said, it's the spirit of masturbation. Let me tell you something that is killing me. I don't know why I'm saying it, whether it's not for you guys or there. Let me tell you. The spirit of masturbation is the only way, is one of the ways that evil spirits can come in and occupy your mind. You know why? You can only masturbate with your mind. You cannot, it's not something you do without your mind. And anything that you do with your mind, fully aware, you are inviting Satan. Because at the point of ejaculation, what happens is that any demonic spirit at that time has access to you. And the first thing that you notice with people that do it, they are easily distracted. Because at the point, the thing will tell you this is not. It's like drugs. It's an addiction. You can be walking seriously. Next thing you stand up, you are entering your room or entering your bathroom. Then it's a killer for men when they become married. Because you are not there. You are not there with your wife in your marriage bed. Because you are here. You begin to live here. That voice begins to speak to you. That voice begins to take things from you. It begins to steal from you. 80% or 85% of people that commit suicide have hand in that. Because you are isolated from the world. You are always running in to hide yourself. You are isolated. So the devil has you where he wants you. What he's saying to you, it comes in to occupy your mind. Then this book, everybody should read. The Triumphant Church. Kennedy. Has anybody read it? That book is awesome. If you read that book, you will see where a pastor's wife, I don't know what I've said it here, very pretty pastor's wife, but they were in the rural areas. For some reason, it didn't say that it has to do with what I just said, but she allowed her beauty to derail her in thinking that she deserves more than what she's getting. So she's the wife of a local pastor. The man is doing well. He's not in the big city, and the devil will come one day, get into her mind. By the time she becomes depressed, I know women who have to watch depression. Depression gets to women easier than men, and that depression can get into so many things that you begin to act out of character. Even depression comes with pregnancy. It comes with so many things that have to do with the woman. And within that time, within that place at that time, what can happen is that you can allow the devil, if you don't do anything to the woman and say, you are more than this. That's all. The same thing he did to Eve. Did God say that if you eat this thing, trying to behave as if the God that created us does not like us, so he didn't give us all the information, so he's coming as the good guy, to whisper some things that God did not give to us. That was the thing the devil was doing at the Garden of Eden. Every day he comes and whispers to this man. Every day he comes and this woman comes and whispers to this woman. Do you know what happened? At the end of the day, the woman left her husband and went into the big city. She wanted to be a movie star, of course, because of her face. At the end of the day, she married 5 husbands before she came back. 5 husbands, missed it. Then the husband was already married. She came back and started troubling the man. The man will be driving, she will carry stone and be hitting his car. This is as someone that has married 4, 5 wives afterwards. Why? It's because of the issues of the mind. The success is in the mind. Guard it with all diligence, because I've seen that your essence of who you are is going to emanate from your mind. And if that mind you cannot concentrate, you let lack, poverty, sickness, or whatever it is. See, let me tell you, all those things are obstacles that the enemy puts. It's just like running a race, what do they call hurdle? What do they call it? It's hurdles, right? That's how life is. You need to keep jumping over one and the other. You need to keep jumping over it. That's the way life is. All these things that Satan puts in front of you is to stop you in your tracks. And the only way it stops you in your track is in your mind. Many of us, as you have used 2 Corinthians 10:3-5, we have used it for spiritual warfare. Though we walk in the flesh, we do not war in the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. When you read that, you will think it's about warfare. You will think about, so what is the warfare? It's a casting down all imagination. And everything that exalts itself above the knowledge of God. You see, we come back to knowledge. Anything that tries to rise above the knowledge of God, telling you that did God really say these things, and bringing into captivity every thought. So the war is in the mind. The war, where the enemy puts the minds, is in the mind. The minefields are in the mind of every human being. It's in the mind. So it is imagination. Everything that wants to exalt itself above the knowledge of God and your thoughts. This is where the war is. See, I realized one thing, and I started screaming. I said, the world is for my taking. I've digressed a lot. The world is for my taking. Do you know that Genesis 1:26? Every time I am in dismay, I go back there. I'm created in God's image and likeness to have dominion. Then 28 says that I'm already blessed to be fruitful, to multiply, to replenish the earth. So do it and have dominion. Have you seen the life? You know, two things in life that I do every day is I'm a sucker for testimony. You see me, I'm always giving testimony because I'm always asking people, how did God do it for you? I'm always reading, how did God do it for you? And second, how did great men achieve what they achieved? How? Look at, how is it possible that one supposedly, they say he's illiterate because he can't speak English, he didn't go to university. They say Shaka Zulu is illiterate game. But how can one man be able, to control all the northern South African nations as one? How can Nebuchadnezzar be able, he conquered the whole known world? The same thing with Alexander the Great. They conquered the whole known world. How? Alexander the Great at 25 had conquered the whole known world. He has fascinated me all my life. How can someone, look at how China is, it's still difficult for someone to control China. One guy, see where Mongolia is? One guy left Mongolia to go and conquer the whole of China and ruled for many years and put his dynasty there. And I've talked about this thing for many years until the Holy Spirit whispered to me, the world is for your taking. This man is in their mind. They took over the world in their mind. And anything you think is permitted. Anything you can think. It didn't say all things are possible.
Yes.
To him who believes. This man believed, and it was possible. But he told me that these leaders were the one in front fighting, but they were fighting. It was in their mind. Seeing opportunity, you have to be strong in your mind when you see your opportunity. I was listening to Bishop Oyedepo one day. He said that his daughter, when she was young, they told him that she was almost going or something. It was in his book I read. He came back, prayed and continued, went back to church to do what he was doing. It's the power of the mind. What do you want to become today? I know what I want. All I'm doing, this is not what I want. This I'm doing is an instruction for me to do this. It's not, we were doing monthly programs. That was all we were doing. It was never weekly. This is an instruction. But it's preparing me for where I'm going. This is not what I want. It's more than this. But it's possible. And the day you begin to realize that these things are possible, the way you speak will change. Even the attack that you have will change. Mundane attacks will leave you. The enemy will begin to want to come with higher ones to destabilize you. And when you begin to see these things, see, one man's food is another man's pleasure. Great men rise out of the weakness of others. More or less, they are seeing. You are seeing that business. You say nothing there, I beg, I don't have energy. But you have somebody that is working for you, that is looking at you and saying, this is my way out.
Yes.
Why? Because every challenge has a solution. It's a natural law. There's a solution for every challenge. So if you can prepare yourself to assess that, you will keep away. I talked about spirit of masturbation. Keep away anything that fights your mind. And that thing in itself, it becomes, you are not stable. You are not yourself. Another thing is alcohol. Some people can drink 1, 2, 3, and some people can drink maybe 2, 3, 4 days apart. It's not a problem for them. But there are some people that can drink every day. Majority will drink every day. It becomes an addiction. The Bible says that the drunkard will remain poor. So you cannot, nights like this now that you will stay with your wife, that once it's dark like this, you must be somewhere. Two of us, as you're going home this night, they are drinking somewhere. Can they drink at home? Must it be every day that you will go out? You see, it's an addiction. It looks very simple. It looks as if it's nothing. But you cannot concentrate, because by the time you get home, it's already late. You come out in the morning. Where do you have the time? And when the thing with alcohol, you don't have to be the one buying every time. Everybody is buying. So you might say I'm drinking 2 bottles, but you might end up drinking 7, because 5 other people bought for you. You cannot concentrate. Not everybody has that power to concentrate. Anything that cannot make you concentrate, you can never maximize. Your mind is all that you have to be able to maximize. Let me quickly move. Number 2 is identify and define opportunities. I've said in every challenge there's an opportunity. Opportunities do not come with name tags. So we have to identify, locate these opportunities, irrespective of whichever form they have. I put out a quotation today on Twitter, and it says, in every challenge besides opportunity, and some challenges only come to reveal or unearth or net potentials in you. So God actually allows some things to happen to you so that you can grow. Without adversity, there is no advancement. So we all need that. But you begin to identify opportunities by asking certain questions. Questions like, what can I do about this situation? That will show you whether there's an opportunity for you there. If there's no opportunity for you there, then there's no need. What can I do about this situation? And that's where solutions come from. Even if it's not your personal problem, it's not your personal challenge. What can I do about this? This is where great solutions are better. What resources or information do I have to create this solution? These are the 2 major questions to identify opportunities. What can I do? Can I do anything? And as you're processing it in your mind, what happens is that solution will come. See, let me tell you, laws are laws that God has put on earth. Whether you use them, you don't use them, they will operate. I told you, to be wealthy, you have to operate the laws of abundance, the laws of money. If you throw, laws of gravity says if you throw something up, it will come down. The same thing, laws of attraction. You attract what is predominant in your mind. So if that challenge is predominant in your mind, or quest for solution to a particular challenge is predominant in your mind, you know what will happen? The laws of attraction will bring you that solution. Most of us do not know. We are not patient. If I see a scripture, I see something I don't know, I will go to Google and be seeing what people have said about it. No, this one no work, this one no. You know, until you get to a point that in searching, see the blessing, research, information you need is in. That's why they call it research. If the common eye can see it without studying, then there will be no need for research. Why do universities give grants for research? What does it mean? Go and find out the solution to coronavirus. People will pay you for that. So now, if I can find a solution to small things, and I develop a blog where I am discussing this solution, it means a day is possible. A day will come that is possible. That somebody will approach me. I've seen these things you've done. Can you come and do this thing? Let's give you $1 million. Go and research this thing and come. That's how it works. Anything that is an issue for you, the laws of attraction will bring it to you if you are patient enough. If you are patient enough. Then, if you're willing, see, information will come once you're willing. If you're willing, then what do I need? Once you are willing to solve a problem, then what information do I need? And as you're researching that information for this, Some guy came here, I don't know whether he's here, he says he has solution to climate change. Is the guy here or the person that brought him?
Yes.
He said, okay, it's you. So, and I looked at the things that he brought. It can only be possible because this thing has been uppermost in his mind. And guess what? Information. Once you have the information, you keep upgrading it until somebody, you collide with someone that needs that thing. That is how we identify. Challenges are not bad omen, but opportunity for success. Number 3, let me move fast. Decision making. Without clear-cut decisions, well-defined opportunities will remain opportunities. See, let me tell you, have you read that 2 Kings chapter 7, the 4 lepers? Very interesting story. It's used for many management, I've used it in the CEO's call. The lepers say, if we stay here, we die. If we enter the city, famine will kill us. If we go to the Syrian camp, they will kill us. But they decided which one is the one we're going to do. See, once you make a decision, it becomes easier for you to develop a plan. So they must have had a line of action. What do we tell the Syrians when they come? What do we use? Any plan to survive. And they moved and they say, okay, I need to survive. We need to survive. Let's go into the Syrian camp when everything was there. Decision is willingness. Now you have seen that there's a challenge. Some people, all their lives will stop. That's how my father tried business, it didn't work. So maybe I should go and look for work. Or maybe I should go and start a business. Decisions are very important because any decision you take will either help you maximize that opportunity or not. But I think that if there's anyone under the sound of my voice that is dilly-dallying with something, this is the right time for you to go. This is the right time for you to move. Number 4, design a working approach. Now you've made decision to make a move. Most people do not make the most out of opportunities because they do not have a working approach, a working plan, a blueprint, a flow chart, or a systematic approach to achieve what they want. See, it is the vision that never changes, not the methodology. Did you hear what I said? It's the vision that does not change, not the method. Plans can change. Feasibility studies can be upgraded. So how do you want to achieve this thing? How? If you go to the internet, you will see the how is there. There's no feasibility study you want to write in this world that you will not see a sample on the internet. What you now need to do is to make it alive. Make it, put the human element into it. And there is nothing that you will not be able to come up with. Do not leave things to chance. I've prayed now. I've prayed God will do it. Prayer is not a plan. Did you hear what I said? Prayer is not a plan. You need a detailed blueprint to achieve what you want. Many people tend to pray more, but they have no plans. And when the prayer is answered, and God wants to humor them, and God answers their prayer, they don't know what to do. Like our politicians. They must go, they must go. They've gone now. But so what we will do with this country? This country is too hard. They have no clue. Don't be like them. Do not plan without praying. What it means is that you have to prayerfully consider your actions. Prayerfully consider those actions you want to put into the plan. Do not plan without praying, asking God to give you wisdom and insight. And also do not pray without the plan. You are just wasting your time. It's just like a farmer that is tilling the ground and most farmers will till the ground waiting for rain. But some people say, no, now when we see the rain, now we quickly adjust. That is their average man, average Nigerian. When the rain is coming, we know now. That's when we will begin to till. And at that time, you will not be able to meet up. Number 5 is to take action. It's now to take that action. And in order to take action, there are some things you need to expunge from your life. Procrastination. Why do tomorrow what you can do today? That can save you a lot. Why do tomorrow what you can do today? Over familiarity, laziness, and excuses. Do not fall under the spell of excuses, procrastination, pity party. I don't know anybody. And maybe if God wants to give me this thing, He will bring somebody. Then they will quote Bible, the places that God brought people. God will not bring somebody when you're not prepared. He will not prepare. Do not fall into the spell of procrastination. Let's watch this Buhari government. Let's see. By the time we are approaching 2023, maybe we can start. Let's see the hand. Then we'll see whether we can start it. 2023 will come and say, let's this election come first and go. You know, the election will come and we'll say, let's give this man the first step. Let's watch him first step. 8 years has gone, you better another 4 years, 12 years. Let's watch. He's a killer. Number 6 is determination. I don't have time to explain much of that, but determination. When you succeed in making the best out of an opportunity, still remain determined and keep at it no matter the level of success. Success is like sitting on a drawn sword. You can imagine a drawn sword, somebody sits on it. What will it do to you? That's what sitting on success. Being happy. That success will be your downfall. Even when you do not achieve what you want, don't remain focused on it. Trust in God and move on. Mark 9:22. It says everything is possible to he who to the one that believes. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So the things that the world have not seen before, which is what we are looking for. Because I think that everybody's goal should be to bring in things that the world have not seen before. Even if the world has seen some of it before, they've not seen the upgraded version of that thing, which you are bringing. So faith brings those things to life. Is the evidence of things not seen. So faith draws it. Faith and determination draws it and brings those things to life. It's through faith that you're able to manifest those things that people are looking for. Lastly, flexibility. Be flexible in all that you do. Do not get stuck in one thing. But don't keep jumping from one place to the other. Finish one before you move to the other. Every man must have multiple streams of income. So, but finish one before you move on. Explore new things. Find out, even if you don't know before, find out new things. You can learn something on YouTube. You can learn baking on YouTube. You can learn how to cook on YouTube. Learn something, stretch yourself, do something. I talked about a man that I talked about a man that is doing to just finish 2 masters. Do something. If it's to go back to school, do something that can help you. Do something that will stretch you. And these things, by the time you do them, you realize that you are ready for opportunities. This is how to develop keen eyes. Then you pray to God. For me, I say, when I teach investment, I teach investment from the angle of investment sense. I teach prosperity, I teach it from the angle of witty invention. Because there's a wisdom that is required for us to be able to do these things and for us to be able to achieve these things. So pray to God and ask Him for that special eye to see opportunities. Do you know what makes great companies great? The first thing is they are able to adapt to any situation. And secondly is that they move very fast on opportunities. When God opens your eyes to see an opportunity, you know what happens? It means that He wants you to act on it. If you delay, somebody else will see it. Somebody else will start doing it. How do you develop sense for something? It's simple. Let that thing be uppermost in your mind and your prayers. It's simple. I say, if you want investment, think about investment. Read 2 hours about investment around the world. Read everything you want to know about Warren Buffett. Read everything you see. That might not be the sense, because sense can be specific to a particular person or can be peculiar to depending on the area you find yourself. But before you know it, with all this information, you begin to have investment sense. When you see opportunity, you latch on it. The same way, if you want to have opportunity, to be seeing every opportunity, like I've told you guys how I pray every time I want to leave my house. A discerning spirit to discern business opportunities. I don't leave my house without praying. Another one I pray is that God give me opportunity to discern. That was my first prayer. Any helper, someone that can help me on the way. And you know, some of those help can be like the Egyptian that they forgot when they captured Ziklag. That might be your helper. So help does not necessarily mean that it will come from all. It can be from that man. It can be from that person you always give money to. It can be from that policeman that you always give money when you see. It can come from anywhere. So if you want, I pray God, give me that opportunity to sense. If I start coming close to you, there's something of value inside of you. If I start getting close to you, more than once, twice, I want to know you. Most of the time I see you, I am seeing money around you, I'm seeing, that is a gift God has given me because I asked. And I've said it here many times. I see sometimes I'm walking on the street. I saw one guy walking on the street. He was just talking to himself. And the Holy Spirit just opened my eyes to see that this man is meant to control wealth. He's frustrated because he doesn't know how to access it. He was walking on the street. So I wish I was able to stop and speak to that man and say, come to a place where you will hear. You must pray for discernment, God to give you discernment of wisdom, how to handle rich and influential people. But not only current rich and influential people, upcoming current rich and influential people. It's a gift, God will give it to you. And before you know it, you have a sense for those kind of people. Before you know it, you have a sense for opportunity to make wealth. Before you know it, you have a sense to latch on to all opportunities that you see. You have to desire it. In the kingdom of God, you must desire. That's what he says, that your expectation shall not be cut short. Without expectation, nothing to God. Without expectation, there is no story. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is something you grow into. And it doesn't take long. 21 days. 21 days is all it takes to form a habit. Bad habits takes 14 days to form. Good habits sometimes take 21 days. It also takes 21 days to unlearn a habit and to learn a new one. So learn this habit of how to sense rich people, sense opportunity, sense investment, sense opportunities all around you. And before you know it, you're working in that. I'm a living example that it is working. I'm telling you what I have done, and I'm telling you what is working. It's possible. Everything is possible, those that believe. And the same can happen to you. God bless you. Bless your faith. You mean all this thing I talk